You can let me know if that music is too loud, because I'm still working on trying to figure out what the good, volume, Jesus Christ, we're already starting with this, is for the audio. So, thanks to, I see some new faces in there. We've got Ladies of D&D, thank you for joining us, and Evelyn.
Ladies of D&D joins when two of our D&D ladies are not here.
Yes, we are usually actually 4 against 3, but 2 of our ladies are not in. Maybe one of them will join, but the other one definitely will not. So, thank you for joining us. We are the NAT30s. I am Izzy, the DM of the main campaign of the Bums of Greenest. I'm going to blast through some announcements, and then we'll jump into our session here. We would like to thank our sponsor, The Armory, who is our local game store here in Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Audio's off, they're saying.
Yeah, it's off probably about half a second or a full second. It's a Skype issue, and sometimes it works itself out, other times it does not, and it's super frustrating. So, yeah, that's just kind of a Skype thing until Discord can get an NDI source built into its program, which people have been asking for over a year now. It's a little bit off. I can try to fix it, but then what ends up happening is I'll put a little bit more of a lag, and then it will fix itself, and then the audio will be off the other way. So I have it as about a half a second delay, which I could probably boost that slightly, just to see. We'll see if that works. Okay, thank you to the Armory, thank you to The Compound, who is our network of local South Coast collaborators. They are actually live right now on their Twitch channel, which you can click and jump over to.
And wearing one of our shirts.
I can't.
Really?
Yeah. You're a little bit low. You or not. Yeah, you were fine a minute ago, and then you disappeared. Yes, they're wearing a Tooth and Arrow shirt, so it looks really great.
Oh, nice.
you can head over there and follow them. We will be eventually kind of collaborating with them a little bit more, probably sometime next year, streaming on their channel a little bit. So definitely check them out, as well as Fusion Forge 3D printing, the Brush Republic Moral 3D prints, Counterclockwise, and Tabletop Games, which is another store locally that you can go to for the word of the week. Which the word of the week this week is, you probably forgot, because I did, bubble. You can go to, yay!
Reminds me when my daughter was very young, she used to say booble.
Booble.
Remember that? I want to play with the boobles. Blow the boobles.
You can take that word and shove it. No, you can take it and bring it to the Armory in Fairhaven, Tabletop Games in Westport, and New England Comics in New Bedford. Enter it into the jar at the front desk, and you can win in-store prizes. So if you are a local watching us, that is what you should do. For the rest of you who are out there, not necessarily locals, we do have our monthly giveaway, which today is the last day that you can enter using your channel points during a D&D session. There's still Monday where I will be doing my DM prep, and you can jump over and watch me, but this is like where we actually play. Mondays are not quite as popular of a day, where I just kind of talk at the camera and try to get ideas from people on what I should be doing next. So definitely use your channel points to enter into the giveaway. You can also use, as it says right now, right above, you can get a sticker party going. You can use your stickers to grant rerolls and advantage and other things to the players or the DM. And that's an extension that if you click on the little heart, if you hover over the Twitch stream, you can throw those out there. Every bit also adds up to the party inspiration bar, which is just above my head right here. And when that gets filled up, Darius, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Welcome to the Dirty 30s. You get access to the sub commands where you can scare me in my earphones with random sounds if you do exclamation point sub commands. Oh, and it's 3 months. Thank you for that. 3 months in advance subs. Thank you. We appreciate it. And down below, if you hit the About section in Twitch, you'll see all the other things. You can, you know, make us describe a butt. And that's the most popular one. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. And if you don't want to do the stickers, you can also just do donate directly to the stream, and that is the same benefit, reroll or advantage. And then we also do a $1 donation for each merchandise item that we sell, and that goes to Pancreatic Cancer Research organization, pancan.org, and we're at $6 so far, and we just launched our store really the other day, so not too shabby. You can go check that out. We're adding new images all the time. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to roll our intro, and then I'm going to do the recap. We'll cross our fingers that Vidania is able to join us, and if not, we'll just kind of see how it goes as you guys are nearing the end of this particular section before we jump into a more open world. So let's do it. Right. We have returned. Still no Vidania, but okay. So when we last left the Bums of Greenest, you had just defeated the reborn version of Resmir, the Black Worm Speaker, in her Abishai form, a fiendish version of herself with elongated arms and her long horns that come in front of her, wings that spanned about 15 feet across when extended. And she had arisen from her own ashes out of a brazier at the top of the room there. Unexpectedly to you all, as you had defeated her only moments earlier and figured that you were all set and you were good and you were done.
Totally caught off guard by that. About to just take my pants off, lay down in one of these beds.
So as you fought her in this battle, she mocked you and yelled about how she was going to be rewarded by her queen, and that the queen Tiamat would be destroying all of you. Those were one of her final words before Zan, who was taken out by the Abishai but then brought back by his comrades, stabbed her through the back of the head, or actually slicing her head almost nearly off, causing her body to drop to this ice-riddled floor and melt into a big pile of ooze with a bubble butt that spurted as it went down into the ice. So we rejoin you in Skyreach Castle in Resmir's destroyed room as you take a moment to breathe. Although the sounds of the battle rage on outside of the room, as you stand in this room, you did get a quick moment to look around. Next to, actually she died, and again, just about the same spot that she had died the first time, so right about where you see that ooze that is melting down into the ice, you still do see the sword. Oh my god. Ian? You still do see the sword lay, the one that was whispering to Resmir sweet nothings in her ear, lying down next to the melting body. Micaiah stands with a piece of paper sticking out of her pocket, and Erdnot had handed the black dragon mask that Resmir had been wearing, which you had really was the goal of your attack in the first place, as well as Abaddon, you had found an insignia on a chain that had little purple gemstones in it. But as you stand here, what do you do next?
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense. I want to see if that sword is possessed by anything before anybody touches it.
Okay. Divine Sense, could you throw that in there? Or actually, I'll pull it up, never mind. Pull it up on your thing.
I mean, Abaddon's gonna ping again because her ghost, but more focusing on the sword.
So you can Celestial, Fiend, or Undead. I guess that's a tough one. This, you don't pick up on any of those things.
So it's neither good nor evil?
It says specifically celestial, fiend, and undead. That's what that
Right.
one says.
You can detect good and evil. So
You
I
also
can tell
detect the
something's-
presence of any place or hold on. The presence of strong evil registers in your senses.
There's a period between it, so I take it as twofold. Is it actually you can detect good and evil, and then it can detect things that are affected by a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Hey, Lord Nikto. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good night. Okay, I'm gonna say then you detect. Hmm. I'm gonna Google something real quick because I'm kind of still thinking that you do not detect anything.
Well, it's your call.
Well, let me see. Oh, nope. Okay. You do detect a sense of evil coming from the sword. There's an aura around it, like this dark, almost like a darkish gray that you've seen.
The sword is evil. I don't think we should touch it.
I didn't think it was a good sword. Or not.
Probably would be best not to leave it here out in the open. I'd hate for someone else to grab it and stick it in our backs when we're not looking.
Is there room in the bag of holding for such a thing?
Oh, there's plenty of room.
Consequences of picking up a cursed sword.
Cursed.
Arik, I'll walk over and pick it up and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
That Abaddon's holding.
As you.
Is there anything, DM, that I might notice as it's going in the bag?
Looking at it, so Arik, when you pick it up, you hear this this like almost like a whisper, but you can't make out the words as you place it into the bag of holding. Just taking a look at it, it is it's a great sword, so it's a two-handed, it's a very large sword. It's beautifully made. It has this like almost like a dark pewter kind of look to it, as opposed to like a bright gold or any kind of flashy thing like that. But you don't see anything outwardly. You could take it and take a look at it if you wanted, but just kind of looking at it as it's going in, it just looks like a very ornate, beautiful sword that probably belonged to someone special at some point.
When I've picked it up, do I get that magic feeling, that like buzz
Oh yeah,
or
definitely.
whatever it is?
Yeah.
You
feel that.
When that happens, I'll spit, and then I'll put it in the bag of holding as fast as I can.
Okay.
Spit on the sword, or?
Yeah, Arik is very tired of magic weapons. The last one he used just failed him. So.
We got stuff in there. We don't need your spit on things.
As you guys are talking back and forth, Micaiah pulls out the paper that's at her side and looks at it, and then walks over to Vidania and hands it to her so that she can read it. So I think this belongs to you. You'd be interested. And Vidania takes it and reads it. And she just kind of gets this like look on her face, like. And then she walks over to you, Zan, and hands it to you. And written on the paper is something that I will show you in a moment. It is this thing right here that I'm showing you right now. momentarily.
I don't see anything.
While that's good, while that's happening, after I put the sword in the bag of holding, I'm going to pick up the skull that I had thrown earlier, and I'm also going to pick up some of that ash and put it in the bag, in Arik's bag.
There's no more ash. All the ash was pulled up into the fire that created her. There's
Okay.
there's the goo that is still sizzling as it melts down into the ice.
I don't want goo, so.
This letter. Wait, who read this letter?
I mean, she handed it to Zan, but it's kind of like, you know, not a secret at this point.
No, but oh boy, they like her, huh?
So she hands over this letter that had been pulled from the chest that is currently closed, locked. That reads, "Worm Speaker, I concur with your sentiments. I have heard nothing but praise for Valanthe since she joined the Queen's consort months ago. She will go far if her current pace continues, and I believe the next logical step is to send her along to work with Worm Speaker Narenvain. That said, I am concerned that she will not provide details of her sister. Several other initiates have told me of the branding and how the sister did not return to complete the ritual. Prepare Worm Speaker Narenvain so he may extract that information from her. We must burn that loose end if we expect her to have her true loyalty. They shall rise. Worm Speaker Severin."
Oh, great.
Looks like I'm not the only wanted person in the group anymore. Is that going to be looking after you, Vidania?
She just
She
kind
stays
of
where she is.
she
I
stays,
know.
she stays exactly where she is. She just looks at all of you.
Can I give this trunk a whack that she got it from? You said it's locked.
Yes. Thank you for the sub. Oh my god, Lord Nixo. Actually, that's a really good one, and I have to write that down.
Say, Arik's going to come over and inspect the other room down
Okay.
here.
Zan is gonna check the desk and bookcases.
Okay. So, oops, let me unpause the game. Sorry. So, Erdnot, you head over to that chest. Make a strength check, or make an attack against the chest. And Zan, as he's doing that, walking over to that desk on the other side of the room. As you approach, you can see this desk has been completely cleared. There's nothing on it. There isn't even like pen and or quill and ink. There's nothing. No paper. No nothing. There's only one drawer when you open it. Nothing inside of it. Next to you, to your left, is a large statue of a black dragon that appears to be yet another place. Like, you guys have seen this before as you've been following the cult. It just appears to be another place where she was worshiping a little shrine to the black dragon.
Before he did Erdnot already hit that?
Yeah,
You were
rolled
going
for it.
to?
yeah, he's in
You were
it.
going-
Yeah.
Did you already roll? Did you already roll?
Yeah, I rolled an 11.
Okay. You slam your was this a warhammer?
Yeah,
Okay.
just one-handed.
Okay. Yeah, you slam the warhammer down. It's a pretty sturdy chest. It's the
I
lock.
was aiming for the lock.
Yeah, the
not,
lock
like, the
does
shattered
not
chest.
does not bust. It kind of like it shakes and shimmies a little bit, but this chest seems a little bit more hardy than you were expecting.
When I hear that, I'm going to poke my head back in and just poke it around the door and remind everyone that when we were in the cave, we saw the statues. I believe it was a statue of the black dragons. I believe it was in the cave. Remember the acid trap they had? the venom trap that had filled the room up and hurt
This
everybody?
isn't. This is a different type. This is like a small statue versus like a giant stone, multi-headed thing that was in the cave, right? I guess.
This is a statue of like a black dragon. Yeah, it's about 5 feet, like 7 feet long, and like probably 5-6 feet tall.
Can
Alright,
I guess
Aracle just shrugging. Okay.
I want to hit
Never
it
mind.
again, but can I do like maybe I guess after he said that, just kind of inspect around, see if I notice anything that's going to shoot out at me?
You can make an investigation check.
It was at the cave, correct?
Yeah.
The first one that we saw with Cyanwrath?
All right, so you go around looking for any kind of triggers. You're not trained in looking for traps, but kind of looking around, you are able to shove the chest over a little bit. You don't see any kind of like mechanisms or anything that appear to you to be a trap of any kind, so you feel pretty confident.
Can I give it another whack then?
Yep.
I will just say, I'm gonna hit it again.
Go for it. From the next one.
25 on that one.
Okay.
Nice.
So you take your warhammer this time, size it up, slam it down on the lock that's hanging on the side, and it just shatters. Bunch of pieces. You feel pretty good about it. That one's like a really, really strong, like that was a very, very solid hit. And you're able to open the chest. As you do, you look inside, and the chest is empty.
Son of a whore's
Hey. Hey, at least it wasn't, rigged to explode or anything like that.
That's true.
So.
Is this a curtain in front of me, or to
Yes.
the side of me?
In front of you, behind the chest, there is a big, heavy blue curtain that was very similar to the one that you pulled to the side to take a peek, and were greeted with the growling faces of 2 guard drakes.
Can I poke myself in there?
Yep.
I'll do what he did. I'll just put up my shield, take my hammer, and use my hammer, and like not slowly, but just push it aside.
Okay. Pushing aside this, you can see this is clearly Resmir's sleeping chamber. Specifically, there is a fairly large bed in this room. But besides that, there's a couple of like clothing chests, but not much else. A very ornate rug on the floor. Looks to be like beautifully hand woven with. When you're looking around at the stuff that's in this room, by the way, you get the feeling that again, like they have helped themselves slightly to some of the treasure and things that were looted and stolen along the way. So like this rug that you step on, you look down and this is an ice. A cloud giant's ice castle. This rug is very out of place and beautifully made, but very likely looted and stolen from some rich house along the way.
All right.
Can I move? Is this that I'm in front of? Is that right here a chest or something? What is that?
These are, as you're walking by, these are full armor, kind of like the
armor, I can
ornate,
tell now.
yeah, the ornate armor pieces.
Can I take a look at it without touching it?
Yep. Looking at it, it appears to be, again, another type of, probably stolen from a lord's house somewhere along the way, or just a very rich individual's house that's just ornate, ceremonial looking, not functional armor that is just standing in the room.
What I see when I'm looking at them, since Erdnot can sense good and evil and whatnot, I'll yell for him. Dwarf, come take a look at this. We might need this. It might come in handy. It looks like human-sized or dwarf-sized. Just
You said
typical armor.
it's not.
Yeah, it looks
Functional.
about a
Oh, you said
human-sized
it's not.
armor.
You said it's not functional.
No, it's just
Oh.
strictly like for decoration.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, never mind. I didn't catch that part. Apologies.
That's useless, boy.
DM, do we hear any more noise coming from outside?
Yes. You can hear. Let me see if I can. As you open up that door and kind of get a little bit closer, you can hear that the battle is raging on outside of this room.
Like upstairs from this room? Or
No,
like
outside the door, outside the front door. So,
Okay.
Vidania and Micaiah, just kind of like walking around. Vidania looking a little bit perturbed, and Micaiah's quieter than usual, but just walking around.
It seems as though the battle is already underway. We should probably take a moment, if anyone needs to heal, prepare anything for as we move forward. We may not get another break in order to prepare ourselves.
And what is our plan here? We
We
find
have
a
to-
way out of this place in the middle of the battle, or do we go back up to the king giant up there?
We're going to have to help them quell the getting rid of the cultists from here. Until the cultists are taken care of, the king's men are going to be preoccupied. We're not going to be able to stop.
Lad, we're in no shape to fight a dragon.
Then we have to stop them from getting to the dragon. If we can seal it, stop them from getting... We're not going to be able to just leave in the middle of this. We're too high up.
Giants seem to be proud beings. They're not going to want us to have the glory of a kill of a dragon. They're ancient enemies of giants, yes?
Aye.
And they won't want us to kill it. They'll want to kill it themselves.
It's invaded their home.
And they should kill it. Ark's going to take a look in this room here and see if there's anything useful.
Walking into this room, there is a giant fireplace, as you can see, with a fire. Currently in pretty full, like it looks like she maybe had just started it. There is a large table in this room that seats 10 to 12 people. Nothing on it currently, but it does give the impression that this may be where she hosted some of the cultists, or maybe the higher ups in the cult, as the need arose. As there are several cultists, many cultists, kobolds, ogres, and cloud giants on this castle at the moment, as well as the dragon.
And
Zan's just gonna take a healing potion real quick because he's real low.
I'll do
And
it. I'll do the same.
the thing I just highlighted right here.
Yeah.
What's that?
This
Like
is
a chair
just
or something.
this is just a table with like some
Okay.
knickknacks on it. Nothing of
nothing
note.
of use. Nothing of use if I took a look.
No, these would be just kind of things that were put to the side for like hosting individuals, like cups and a pitcher.
Okay.
That actually worked out just
Well,
what I
better
wanted.
to be safe than sorry. So,
Can I let anybody in the room know nearby that they could probably see that I'm pretty fucked up right now?
Yes.
Where
Let me see,
I was just like,
Micaiah.
hey guys, feeling pretty shitty.
Do you have a healing potion?
I already took it.
You already took it.
Yeah.
Micaiah
We're all
has.
We have 1 potion of greater healing, but I feel like we should save that if we can.
Micaiah has cure wounds or
I have
healing word.
wounds also,
I do
but
I
I
do
don't
feel
have
like
any other level besides first.
I do feel like if Abaddon was looking even slightly under the weather, Micaiah would turn and be like, and lay some hands on her or do whatever she's got to do to cure her up.
Yeah.
Harry, she totally flip me off and walk away.
Annie,
No.
not Micaiah.
I was asking, it depends on Micaiah's mood, if she's celebratory or not.
Yeah, Micaiah will come up to you, Abaddon, and she puts her hand on your shoulder and she's like, we gotta rally. There's a dragon out there, and she's going to cast Cure Wounds on you. I'm just gonna double check to see what level she has left on her character sheet. Because you're at how many hit points? Like 4 or something?
8.
8.
I'm at 8. Yeah. I didn't add in my the healing potion that I took last week until today, so
Okay.
I'm at 8 now.
All right.
And then, as that's going on, Ark will get closer to the door and try to take a listen.
All right. She's gonna cast it at. That's 2. She's gonna
And
cast it
since-
at 3rd level because you only have 8, right? I don't want to steal. Actually, she's gonna do it at 2nd level. We're just gonna say 2nd level. Okay, so it's 2d8. 2d8 plus 2 for you, Abaddon. So let me roll that. 12 hit points you gain as she puts her hand on your shoulder. Arik,
Thank you, kindly.
you step forward, listening against the door,
He's
and you.
disappeared.
Oh, he disappeared. All right, what's everybody else doing? Arik walks forward and places his ear against the door, although you guys can see out of these little windows here as well. And it's really difficult. There's fog and darkness out there, but the sound of the fighting is coming through. The compound, thank you for the raid.
Great.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to hit the restroom.
Before
fish
we
tank.
leave this room, we have to decide where we're heading. And it's probably best we take off any insignia, cult insignia, so that we don't get crushed by the ogres. And hope that some of them remember us.
That's a great idea, not.
I forgot we were even wearing.
I rip off the white thing from my arm and just
Same.
toss it to the ground.
Zan takes the shawl off.
Okay, so you guys all take off your.
And I'm gonna stuff them in the bag.
Okay, you take off all of your cultist regalia and throw it into the bag of holding. Outside, you can hear screaming. You can hear little kobold shrieks. You can hear the roar of ogres in the background. You hear someone yell as they run past this door, and you're not sure. Was it a human? Was it a kobold? Was it your Tabaxi tour guide? And you can hear someone run past as you're all standing there. Heavy footsteps sounding like an ogre going through.
We should go out there.
Sounds bad.
Which way should we go? Just find someone and start slashing? Or should we go right to the barracks?
Eric's just gonna smile when Hermod says that. And so while I was in the bathroom, did everybody sort themselves out and heal up?
Yep.
Eric's gonna look over at wherever's Xana. Is Xana not in the same room?
We'll say you guys are all in the same room now.
He's gonna look over at the group and put his hand on the doorknob and just look at everybody.
Micaiah comes over with the key that she found on Resmir's body, or on the in her clothing, and she's like, "Hold on, boyfriend," and she unlocks the door. Are we ready?
Did we sufficiently clear this room of anything useful? Or this entire area, I mean?
You could look under the bare rug if you'd want. I don't know why. It just looks like... I'm just looking at it now. It looks like something would be underneath there.
It's a giant bear. Like, as you step over this bear is like 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20 feet long. It's a huge bear.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, you can. Just you're very impressed by, how big this bear must have been in life, and who would have killed it.
Is it soft?
It is very soft. You lean down and rub your hand across, and like, if only you could just curl up on this bear and just go to sleep until everything was over.
And fucking heal right up. Actually, that being said, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself before we leave this room.
Okay.
This
And then
first level.
if everyone's behind me, Arc's gonna open the door.
I'm going to cast... Hey, show me. How long is this
I'll
left?
finish that sentence. I'm gonna open it a little bit to see what's going on.
Okay.
I just didn't want you to think I was just opening it because I stopped when he was talking.
I'm gonna cast Blade Ward before we go out there. It's a cantrip. It says it lasts 1 round, so that's 1 minute, right?
No, it's 6 seconds. You'll want to wait.
1 round is 6 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
All right. So, Arik, as you open the door to take a look outside, it's dark. The fog is just very thick and heavy, and it's swirling around in the winds. You can make out shadows that are running, but it's difficult from inside this room where there's light kind of like shining out behind you. It's really hard to see what's going on.
I'll whip the door open and take a couple steps, like running steps outside.
Okay. All right. So is the team following? Just going to assume.
Let's go.
Okay, you guys exit Resmir's chambers out into this courtyard. As I mentioned, the fog is clearly, it had been roiling in from over the tops of the ice walls for much of the time that you had been attacking the Red Wizards, resting, and then doing this secondary task. You can hear the sounds of creatures fighting all around. You can hear ogres roaring. You can hear the kobolds are squealing, and you can see them dashing across and chased by the larger creatures. You can't really see, and you can hear these humanoid voices also screaming all around. You can hear the sounds of bodies slipping on ice and loud thuds as people are hitting the ground, or maybe ogres are. But it's really difficult to see anything clearly. There are a lot of individuals in this castle, and all of them are fighting. Then you see about 80 feet ahead of you, there's a break in the fog, and this looming, hulking figure of Blagothkus, fully armored and wielding his giant-sized mace. He looks upwards as you guys all hear this somewhat familiar roar. Is that loud enough? Did you hear that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. somewhat familiar roar of an adult dragon, reminiscent of the scene that you came across in Greenest. And then you watch as Blagothkus dives out of the way as this blast of ice shoots across the ground of the open courtyard. And you see the stark white worm swoops down, struggling against the wind. So as it's coming down, this large dragon swooping down, the icy breath escaping from its open mouth. Let's see, I'm gonna take a roll of dice and see as Blagothkus jumps out of the way. Oh shit, there you go. That's a nat 20. So he jumps out of the way and just kind of does this dive. You hear the ground. It's almost like you feel from where you're at. You feel the ground shaking as he dives out of the way. And then you see... I'm just gonna roll. Okay. You see him turn towards the dragon, and he extends his hand out in its direction, and this blast of lightning comes shooting out of his hand. Let's see here. Hold on, I thought I had it.
It's like fucking Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
You gave up a leg.
So you see this blast of lightning shooting out of in the worm's direction, and you can see shards of ice that are sticking out from the giant's skin and his armor, where in the direction that was exposed to the dragon's icy breath as it went by. The dragon is going to get out of the way there. And it's hit with the lightning, but you see it kind of like just as the lightning is coming towards it, it twists its body, so the lightning kind of like goes across the side, but it's not a direct hit on its body. And you can hear it shrieking as it gets hit there. And it's going to take some damage.
Or not, just kind of nudges Eric, because we're like the first two out, and just staring at this craziness.
Oh,
and I go, that is something, lad, not many people see in their lifetimes.
1d4 inspired. Ed, who is inspired? By the way. Thank you for the sticker. I missed it because I got so distracted. So Ed has inspired somebody. We just need to know who it is.
Our will respond, and let's hope that our lifetimes don't end tonight.
And
always a good hope.
as you are staring at it, you see the dragon turn, and it looks at all of you, and it roars this loud, just epic roar that kind of shakes the area. And I need everybody.
and we die.
Oh, fuck.
I need everybody to roll a wisdom save.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. The dummies don't like this one.
Nope.
16.
10.
Okay.
21.
Oop. 10.
All right. I'm gonna do a save for.
Run away! Run away!
My
I'm gonna-
sentiment exactly. Why are we standing here?
That is really bad for Micaiah as well. And Vidania. So Micaiah
to be
rolled
fair
into.
or not, we didn't realize that the dragon was going to be fighting the giant right there. Like, we walk out and almost get stepped on.
Whew. Okay, so we've got Vidania, Micaiah, Auric, and Abaddon. You are frightened as the dragon turns its head towards you, and you had just seen this like ice blast come from it and turn everything in its path into just this like small wall of ice. You have not seen too many dragons up close and personal in your lifetimes before, really only the one, and it didn't attack you. So this one has just terrified you, and you are frightened. You are able to roll to end that at the end of each of your turns. So that is something that at the end of all of your turns you can roll your wisdom save to see if you can break that fear. But that just means you cannot move closer to the dragon, and any attacks that you have while you see it are at disadvantage for this. And I'm going to have everybody roll initiative.
Do we have to spend all of our times moving away from it?
For this particular one, I believe you just cannot move closer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
It's not letting me right click it.
It's not? Letting anybody else?
I'm okay.
Here, I'll add you. You're in the tracker. You're good. And I'm going to change the music because I had different music planned for
I
this.
did not want to fight this.
Well, you're playing D&D, man.
It doesn't mean I want to fight a dragon.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight the dragon
She's
either.
like, too bad.
You think you're going to get out of fighting a dragon?
Yes.
On an ice castle?
You're just gonna
It's-
keep
Yes.
walking around?
We could have just gone the way we came, gone upstairs, find
It's
the back
called
door,
Dungeons and Dragons.
or a lifeboat, jump off the fucking castle.
It's a 22 for the Xanda.
Okay.
5 for Art.
All right, so Auric is a 5, 22 for Zan,
16 for Abaddon.
16 for
Not my turn
Abaddon.
for a bit. I'll be right back. 1 second.
You said 16, sorry?
Yes.
All right. I have to change it after it rolls, so that throws me off. Alrighty, so Zan, you are up. Okay, so the way that this map is gonna go, just for those who are looking at it here, we're gonna say that this. I'm actually gonna put you in the order that you would have been in. Whoa, what just happened? Okay. Do you guys have vision? You do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can see. So it would have been Auric first, then Erdnot, Micaiah, Zan. Sorry. Micaiah. Actually, I'm gonna say Zan, then Micaiah, Abaddon in the back.
Coming up the rear.
Yeah. Logofkis is about 20 feet away from you on the ground, and Glazael, who is about this far away up in the air. So Glaziel is about 10. No, we're gonna go with 20 feet up in the air. And yes. So this is the scene. You've all exited. You are in the courtyard, and it's going to be a bit of theater of the mind, in terms of like the direction horizontally. I'm going to be making notes. So Zan, you were up.
Okay, bonus action, Zan is going to take another potion because he's still really low.
Okay.
So that's another 7. Another 7 points of healing. Okay, 33, that's a little bit better. And Zan will take a shot with his bow. 17 hit.
A 17 does not hit as you let loose. Yeah, the arrow. It does physically hit, but it ricochets off of the dragon's hide. Another note: as you have stepped out here with the fog, there is snow coming down. Winds are swirling all over. It is rough terrain for you all in this courtyard, so your movement is halved.
Oh, great.
And I guess Zan will just put a little bit more distance between himself and the dragon.
So here's what we'll do. We'll say this is a top-down. Let's do a top-down view. So you guys are all, in a line. I'll move everybody up a little bit.
We're flying! You're doing
I was
it!
thinking the same thing.
Top-down view, we'll say, as you guys exited the door behind you. All right, Erdnot, you're up.
I'm going to bless Vidania, Zan, and
Go ahead, pick your favorites.
Abaddon. Because she melded off. I'm not gonna bless Eric because honestly, you probably shouldn't be getting damn close to this thing anyways. Just trying to bless people with range.
All right.
And then I'm just going to move. Can I move over there? Just back and to the side a little bit?
Yep.
So not in a firing line.
You got it.
Be that range.
Abaddon. Nope. I have to remember that I am playing legendary entities here. So Glaziel being this close to Blagothkiss, just above it, swooping down from above its head, is going to... He is going to do a tail attack. Yep. He's going to do a tail attack against Blagothkiss. Hasn't really noticed you quite yet, compared to the 20-foot giant that is immediately attacking it. What is happening? Alright, here we go. So tail attack. Woo! Giant. That's a 30 to hit. Okay, 14 points. So you see this tail as it's just above Bulgakis's head, whips down and kind of like smacks Bulgakis right in the head as his head turns, and then he just looks back up to face the worm and roars. Ah! Okay, now it is sorry, Avedon.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. Let's see.
Let's see who got
Avedon.
inspired. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay, good.
I just want to make sure I don't miss who got inspired. Ed inspired somebody, but I didn't see who. So we will roll a 1d6 unless Ed, if you're in the chat and you want to let us know, I'm gonna roll a 1d6 and I'm just gonna go in order of who is here. See who gets inspired. That will be Zan.
Okay. Thank you.
Zan is inspired. You get to roll 1d4 inspiration. Okay, sorry, Avedon. Bye.
No, that's fine. So, before I cast, I want to make sure, confirm, it, 20-foot radius, so Blagothkis is below the dragon, 20.9 feet.
Yeah, the Bulgakis would get hit because he's right there. What are you doing?
I was gonna cast Fireball.
Okay, you can cast it above the
above
dragons.
The
Yeah.
dragon.
Mhm.
Okay.
Drop it on the dragon's head.
Yes. So
Well-
you know well enough to like you can position it that way. At least I believe you can.
Yeah, I think I can.
Let's just see the way a fireball works. Are you using your did you equip that staff or did you put it in the bag of holding?
I did equip that stat. I tuned and equipped it.
Okay. So are you using
No, this is just a spell slot.
right
This was
but
a 3rd level spell slot.
right, but the staff of fire
Yep.
has fireball.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using
Oh, I
your
guess-
own fireball.
Oh, I guess it would make more sense to do that.
I'm just
I'll do that.
making sure. I wanted to make sure
No,
that you
that's-
saw
I mean-
it. Like that it was
Yeah.
there.
Well, unless she's
it's
purposely
purple.
trying to cast it at 3rd level, and the staff only lets you cast it at like 1st level. Like I don't know if that's a thing or a difference.
I think I can do that at a level 3. I'm pretty I think. I'm looking at it and it says level 3. Level 3rd.
It has 3 charges. So
Yeah.
you could cast it once at level 3.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And I'll do that, let's see.
So when you cast fireball, you can click it on here, and when it asks you if you want to like mark it off, just say no, and it'll do the same thing.
Click it on here, on Foundry.
Yes, unless you were going to do it on D&D Beyond, then you can just roll it and just don't check off the little box.
Through that 3rd level. Okay. And it will be up there.
Okay. I'll move it. Okay. I'll delete this one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did that work?
Yeah, you just have to click damage.
You're
let's
blessed
see.
if that makes any difference, by the way.
No, it's a saving throw. Fires Vaseline, can you send the message to my Izzybeth one? I don't have my NAT30s up. I'm here. Okay, 1d20. What's it? Dexterity? Oh, it just doesn't have that. That's an 11, so that is a fail.
Damn it!
No,
Oh, wait,
that-
you
that-
failed.
No,
that's
it's a
what you
fail.
wanted.
I failed. Yes, not me. Glazael failed. Glazael failed his
I thought
saving
I
throw.
failed.
So that
Like,
is
motherfucker.
23 points of fire damage.
That's okay. And can I roll for the wisdom saving throw I have to do, correct?
Yes.
Figure that out.
And you get to add a D4. Because you're blessed.
Yes. You are blessed.
Blessed. Look at all that blessed.
Oh yes, that is something I wanted to do. Actually, Abaddon. Sorry, I had forgotten about this. Thank you for reminding me.
What?
As you cast this spell out in the direction, you hear this voice in your head that says in Draconic, it's more of a feeling than actual words. As you have to make your wisdom save at disadvantage to get away from being frightened of. So I roll again. And the voice in your head says, "No, white
Damn it."
demon." That's
Well,
the
you
nat-
still, you can, I guess you can either have her re-roll the D4 or use the D4 she already rolled.
Either way, she rolled a 1. So you are still frightened, and you feel this fear and reverence as this creature is in front, and you hear like the Cloudchaser, and you almost are like wanting to like kneel down. Your body is like bowing your head. You're fighting against this wanting to revere and like worship this creature, but also your friends are in front of you and you're trying to like fight through still attacking. Was that 23 points of damage? And you are still frightened. You felt like you were getting over. You're like, no, I can do this. And then this wave of just like, no, why are we fighting this creature, this magnificent god in dragon form, you know. So you are still frightened.
Foof. Foof. Okay.
So
Can
all
I
of your attacks
move
still
on
have
my
disadvantage.
turn?
Yeah, you can move. You can't move any closer to it though.
Nope. I don't wanna.
Okay. Oh, I had a really cool spell thing I could do too. So I'm gonna put that up. It's too late now, but I'm gonna do it fucking anyway. I'm fucking doing
That's
it
right.
anyway. Boom!
I am the man.
Come on. Bam! The
Whoa!
fireball!
Fire.
Alright, anyway, that happened. So, anything else?
Nope.
Alright.
Just gonna scoot this way. Cause I'm scared.
Alright, next up you see Blagothkus. He, being this close here, is going to use his Morning Star against the dragon. Sorry, I said it was a mace. It's actually a Morning Star.
When it's hitting your face, does it make a difference?
Fine. Go. Invalid or unexpected token. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, I have him targeted too, that's why. Okay, so anyway, he swings forward and slams against the underbelly of the white dragon. doing. Ooh, and it's a pretty good hit there. The dragon like shrieks as it's hit, and it yells something down at the giant. But you guys are kind of too far away to make out the exact words. But it almost like spits some words at Blagothis. And what was that? And he's gonna stay where he is because he's kind of swung up to hit the dragon.
Damn it.
And oops, I forgot to put Roy's face back up. Nope, it's gone anyway. Okay, so that is his attack. Vidania. Does any Zan, do you want to roll or do Vidania's?
Sure.
She came out like 100% from the last fight. So.
Yeah, she has not been touched, but.
All right. In that case, she will cast Hunter's Mark. And fire a arrow. I already know that's a 17 to hit. That's not going to hit. But
No,
she
that's
has a
not
second attack. That's a natural 20.
Nat 20.
Shit.
Nat 20.
There you go.
So he's taking damage.
Yep.
Hunter's Mark and the normal.
In typical Vidania fashion, she hits the dragon the first time, but again, it just kind of like veers off.
Wait. She's blessed. That first attack. She can add a D4.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me, okay, hold on. Let me do this because it's crit. So it's 12, 16, so 32 plus 3, 35 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'll roll a d4 for the bless. So that's another 3. So that would have been 20 to hit.
That hits. Look at all the love.
I know.
Plus 3, that's another 14 points of damage.
Alright. 14.
Yes.
Okay. 2 solid hits against Glazael, the Cloudchaser from Vidania. Who, although you guys don't hear it, maybe Micaiah would, who is also not here. The little necklace on her goes. And is she gonna move?
Does she ever?
I gotta stick with the character on this one, and Vidania does not move.
Okay.
Henceforth she shall be called Vidania Iron Boots.
Micaiah. Does anybody want to grab onto Micaiah's turn, or you guys want to do a group thing? Or to use 1, 2.
I've got no clue about what her spells are.
Just waiting for the page to load.
Zan's like, I'll play you all, motherfuckers.
Yep. I would say to come back to her, but I don't want to.
Trying to get there.
Abaddon, you did say that you cast that using your Staff of Fire, right? Not your spell slots.
Yes.
Okay. Just confirming. You got 3 extra biddies towards your party inspiration. Sorry?
I would say she would most likely cast Call Lightning,
Okay.
if that sounds good to everyone else.
All right.
She's got a few good amount of spell slots left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is pretty good. So so call lightning. I assume that's gonna be,
Is that third level?
yeah. So that's a 60-foot cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with the wind and everything whirling around, you see Micaiah. She like lifts her staff up and her hand, and the fog and clouds in the area all start to swirl around above your heads, and darken even further against the night sky, blocking out any kind of like twinkling stars that you might have been able to see through it before. And so now she, in that same turn, she gets to call down the lightning forth, right?
I believe so. When you cast the spell, you choose a point where you can see under the cloud, and a bolt of lightning flashes on the cloud. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity throw. So she'll cast it just like how Abaddon cast
Right.
Fireball, just on
Okay.
the other side, so Blackus doesn't.
DM, is it technically stormy conditions?
What do you mean?
Like, is it the weather? Is it? I know it's like foggy and whatnot, but is it like stormy conditions? Because it says if you are outdoors in stormy conditions when you cast a spell, it gives you control of the existing storm instead of creating a new one. It's under such conditions, the spell's damage increases by 1d10.
It's foggy and there's definitely wind and snow coming down, so I would say, yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
So what is that? 4d10, I think. Then?
I don't know if I have enough d10, do I?
Just roll it on. Just roll it on.
Alright, so he needs to make a dexterity save against her spell DC, which is definitely going to be higher than... he's going to use his legendary resistance to automatically succeed against this.
All that for...
So it takes, they take half damage on
Yeah.
a save. So it was 20, so 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay.
She can call that each turn, I think. If I remember from when I was playing Garaxus.
Yeah, as long as she maintains concentration, I believe it's concentration. Yeah.
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Is she gonna move?
I think she will probably move somewhere around like here, just behind Erdnot.
Okay. I'm just gonna pan out so people can see my little map here. Okay, so it is the Cloudchaser's turn. So the Cloudchaser, as you have now made your presence known to it,
Hey, he started it.
you hear it yell out against the wind, "I will bisect you all!" Which, you're like, that doesn't make sense, but anyway. He is going to... Yeah. He's gonna move. Five, 10, 15, 20, and
Everybody's shitting their pants in anticipation.
yeah, you see it rear back and let loose. Oh, you know what? Nope, hold on 1 second. I am going to make a roll because I did have that breath happen before, which you could not see, but it affected others. Oh, he gets it back. So he does get it back and is going to rear back and in a 60-foot cone, which is gonna get all of you.
We didn't spread out enough.
Well,
I was going to, but it wasn't my turn yet.
is going. You see that the cold breath comes down out of its mouth, and all these shards of ice. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Remember, 3 of you are blessed.
3 of you are blessed.
And can I also cast my last spell slot to cast Absorb Elementals?
Yep.
17.
So, Micaiah. Does somebody want to roll for Micaiah? So I'm not. And Vidania, do you want to do that, or I can just roll it in here? Abaddon, roll your +4. Roll your d4.
15 for
I
Zan.
want my D4.
15 for Zan. Alright, I'm gonna roll Micaiah, who is not blessed, and Vidania, who is blessed.
It's too bad it wasn't a dexterity saving throw, because then I could use my shield.
Oh, actually, you know what? Just remembered, I have Inspiration.
Yes.
So it's 18 for Zan.
Oh my god. What? Oh shit. Okay. Oh, and I think Micaiah also has an inspiration, is that right?
She had a few at some point.
Alright, this is pretty bad, guys. Alright, I'm gonna use one of her inspirations. So that was... Nope. Okay. Vidania, Micaiah, Abaddon. You did not succeed, so this... You take full damage on whatever this is going to be. So this breath comes forward, and...
Butts.
12d8.
Whoa!
Did you say 12d8?
Yeah. Vidania,
Uh-oh.
Abaddon, Micaiah, you all take 56 points of ice damage. Cold damage, sorry. Everyone else takes half. 20,
What?
28 points of
And then-
cold damage.
And then I cut that in half again, right?
Okay.
Because it gives me resistance.
Darius, you can give inspiration. I will let that, because there's a lag. Definitely you can give inspiration.
Abaddon's dead.
Well, how many
She
hit
was
points do
getting
you
all
have?
our hopes up about like moving on past this and like being able to like explore the world more, but we're all just gonna die right here in the cold.
No, not necessarily. I mean, this
Actually, there is still one more day to order new minis from Hero Forge.
Oh, fires! You got some inspirations coming, so hold on. Oh yes, Darius. Darius and Fires of Atheline, you can just tell Abaddon you get inspiration. Darius, you can just tell me who you want, because you just subbed tonight, so you get to. So roll another D4.
Me?
I think I said you get advantage. I keep fucking it up. I don't know what it says in the bottom there. Hold on. Let me look at my own rules. Because I keep confusing myself between inspiration and inspiration 1d4. There you go. So go ahead and roll 1d4. There's nothing that's gonna save Vidania. Sorry, guys.
4.
4. You only needed 1 more, so you take half. So you only take 28 points of cold damage.
Pretty dead.
So Darius, you can give it to Micaiah if you would like. You're out though, right? You're down?
Yep.
Okay, but you're not dead.
Yeah. Not dead, dead.
Not dead. Oh, you're not dead. You are down. Where's unconscious? You're unconscious. So Darius, you could give it to Annie's character, who she's not here unfortunately, but she was very close as well.
Wouldn't that be something to have your character die on a session you're not even
I
here?
know. Pretty
What
much,
a bummer.
no matter what she rolls, she'll succeed. So, because you guys were both only one away. So she had 52 hit points. So she's down minus 20. All right. So Abaddon drops to the ground. Vidania. Oh, Vidania has 39 hit points. For some reason, I thought she had a lot less. As this breath comes out of this dragon's mouth, and you see a line, like I'm sure you can picture it in like a, Lord of the Rings style, just comes out in this spreading cone of ice. Abaddon gets like held in place for a moment by the ice, as actually she's frozen in place by the wall of ice that comes forward. And Abaddon, the last thing that you hear in your mind as you see this ice coming for you, is you just hear "wonderful" as it comes and just takes you in it, and you're frozen in place.
Creepy little fuck.
In in Draconic.
Yeah.
Okay. That's its action, but it is going to. Does it want to move out of the way? It does. He is going to get out of the way of. Oh wait, no, he is not used to flying in this type of weather. Blagofkis is like controlling it, as is Annie. Oh, she needs to roll a con save.
I need to too.
Yeah, everybody who needs to, you gotta roll con saves. Annie's character, I'll click it.
20. You
I'm not
motherfuckers are
supposed to
still
get-
blessed.
She gets a +2. That's only a 15.
15, so she needed to roll, what's half of 28? A 14.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so it's still up. Just barely. She's like, ah, and holds it as her hand, holding the staff in her hand up as the ice just hits. Same with you, or not. You're like just barely able to hold on to your things. What's this motherfucker's flying speed? 80 feet. Oh yeah, so even half. It would try to get away. So it's gonna go. Whoops. And have her selected as well.
Guys, chasing it. Coming for you.
Alright, gonna go over here, giving Blagofkis an attack of opportunity against this one. So come on. There we go. Swings out with the Morning Star to attack. Ooh, that's a nat 1. And even with all that, with a natural 1, he rolled a 15 to attack. Just say. But he reaches out as he sees you all getting blasted by this ice. It distracts him just long enough that as the Cloudchaser escapes from him, he is not able to swing out. Arik, it is your turn.
Arik will move just away from the others a bit, and he'll throw his javelin. The javelin that Birdknot had given him.
you a heavy start.
Did that not pop up?
Um,
There we go.
that's a
Yeah, I don't know. It rolled it automatically. I wasn't expecting that to, but I have to roll it with disadvantage anyways. I did it through D&D Beyond. I thought.
Okay. Yeah, it worked. It did it through D&D Beyond. It just took a second.
Oh, okay.
So that was a 10.
Yeah.
So you throw the javelin in the air and it like gets fairly close, but then you see the dragon beat its wings and the javelin just flies off into the distance somewhere.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can't really do much else at the moment, so I guess that's my. Oh, I can roll for a wisdom save, correct?
Yes, you
To see if
can.
I'm scared of this thing.
So Fires of Atheline, the giant, as he swings out with his Morning Star, he's like, oh! He pulls the muscle, pulls the muscle in his arm, and will deal. What happened? Will deal half damage on his next turn for that one. All right. You are still frightened as you watched the ice. I don't know what just happened to my throat. Sorry. You watch the ice escape from the dragon's mouth, and you see Abaddon just stuck in the ice, and you're not sure if she's even still alive at this point. That fear is still in you. Dragons are just no fucking joke.
And you're
All right.
very, very sad.
Sad.
And you feel so sad, and a little tear.
Freezes before it
Freezes
gets out of your
down
eye.
Anything else? Any other movement or bonus action?
That'll be it.
All right, Zan.
All right. Since Zan doesn't have any spell slots left, he's gonna fire his bow, Kensai, to add an extra D4 of damage. And with Bless, that's a 20 to hit.
That hit.
Or actually, it would be a 23 or whatever. So let's see, D8, 2D8, and Kensai, extra D4. 5, 6, 7. 9 plus 3, 12 damage.
12 damage. All right.
And then Zan will try to come over to where Abaddon is. And that's all.
Like,
Okay.
use her as cover.
Is she like just
An
gonna
ice
block
shield.
ice?
Yeah, she's stuck in the ice. The rest of you were able to kind of move out of the way, and the shards of ice all came out, but Abaddon just like unable to move because of that mixture, those conflicting emotions in her body. Was just like in awe as the ice was coming towards her and was just encapsulated in it.
It's shiny too. It's very distracting.
And sorry, 1 second. I am just moving out here. I'm missing somebody. Oh, no.
Where are these fucking ogres? King needs help. Oh, they disappeared. We won.
Alright, so I'm just rolling something, sorry. Alright, okay. Interesting. Delete this. Okay, so Zan, as you let loose the arrow, you see a little figure come swooping out from behind the dragon. You let loose the arrow and it strikes in the dragon's chest, and it lets out this roar, and then you see a little figure on another smaller dragon come swooping down underneath, and you hear just barely, I'm actually gonna say, Arik, make a perception check. And Micaiah and Vidania hear this. You hear something, just a little like...
13.
You hear something from this figure as it comes jumping off of this smaller dragon that you recognize as it gets closer to be a wyvern. And Vidania and Micaiah both hear yippee-ki-yay! And you see Issa.
Oh shit.
She kind of like jumps off of the dragon butt. God. Alright, I'll do it. Issa jumps up off of the wyvern with her rapier and her short sword in her hand, and she's going to attempt to like hang on to this fucking dragon.
I thought this dragon just fucking shot out some like Cell Juniors from like Dragon Ball. I'm like, fuck.
I'm just gonna roll to see if she even hits it. Oh yeah, that's a 22. So she like reaches up, jabs her two weapons into the side of the dragon. I'm just gonna do like a normal. It's not gonna be too much. Okay. And you hear the dragon let out this roar as its body, like its tail, kind of whips forward. And Issa, being in the underbelly, as she hangs on, she's like, ah! And she turns, and she can see the little puckered butthole, kind of like a very giant, like a cat's butthole, where it's like right there in her face, and she's like, ah! Like bad timing and like just bad view, and she's hanging on, and she's like, ah! And it's like, you know, clenching because of the pain. You can thank Fire Vaseline for that.
I never thought in my life I would hear about clenching dragon buttholes in any kind of a context ever. Oh Christ! What has this become?
And with
You lack
that,
imagination.
she technically was supposed to go before you, but I didn't roll her in time. So with that, as she's hanging on, the Cloudchaser is going to take a tail attack against her. To try to get her off of him. You can't hear it, but she's like, this was so stupid, why did I do this? And tail attack. Whips its tail forward. 29 to hit.
Oh Jesus.
For 13 points of damage against Issa, as it just like whips forward and it's like hits her against the side. And I'm gonna roll a Constitution check for her, just to see if she hangs on. Ooh, nope, that's a 9. So it is about 20 feet up. So she gets hit, taking 13 points of damage, and then she was at 38. She drops. You see her drop down off of the dragon and hitting the ground, taking another few points of damage. So she is going to be.
Come on, Issa.
She drops down to the ground like, oh, and like rolls a little bit to the side. So she is just below, but I'm gonna say she moved like over here. Number 8. All right. And Erdnot, you are up.
I'm going to cure my wounds because I needs it. Alright, boom. Okay, alright, so I got 14 hit points back. That's not good, but better than what I had. And then what's our movement is halved, right?
Your movement is half, yeah.
So, ah, fuck, wrong thing. Can you get rid of that?
Yep.
Always press the wrong fucking ruler.
Me too.
Oh, okay. Guess I can really only go. It's half of 25. It's like
10.
Yeah, alright, well, I'm just gonna move slightly over here.
Okay.
And, that's all I'm doing.
Nothing else? No.
I am so low. That was my last spell slot.
Okay. No, you don't have anything in your inventory or anything like that?
Nothing useful, I don't think.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I could brew it some beer.
Get it drunk.
Yeah. That's all I got. I got a tinderbox, torch, set it on torches at it, and I don't know. No, that's all I got. I have
Okay.
shitty bonus actions.
Alright, you do look over and see Abaddon stuck in the ice. Just not moving. Abaddon,
I can't get to her.
it is your turn. I need you to make a death saving throw.
You are still blessed.
You are still blessed.
Which doesn't help me much.
Well, even with a...
Damn it.
Yeah,
Let
that'll
me
still
just
be...
do it. Just. Oh.
And as you're just kind of like, you can feel it, like it's dark and your eyes are open, but you are out. And so you're like in this darkness, almost like floating in darkness at the moment. And you can hear this voice in your head that says in Draconic, "So, White Demon, now you know what it feels like. Not too fun, is it?"
I wish I could talk back to it in my head.
You can.
Oh, can I just be like, "Oh, you suck so bad."
Like, so do you. All right. Next up is the giant. But before him, Cloudchaser is gonna go again. And you see it kind of like turn nope, it's not gonna go again. It's not close enough to do this. Never mind. Nope, it can't do that. Nope, not close enough. Never mind. Blagofkus is gonna go. And he is going to do a lightning bolt again against the dragon. You see him reach out, and he's gonna do his little lightning bolt thingy with my mom, and there it is. Casting it in that direction. I'm not gonna do this though. And the dragon has to make a dexterity save, which is a NAT20. Wow,
Jesus.
it's got +0 to its dex too. And so it's going to take half damage. which was 33. So it takes 16 points of. Nope, 15 points of damage. You see the lightning arc out once more. I'm gonna use my spell effects because I have them. Bam! Towards the dragon, and it shrieks again, and is trying to veer off out of the way. And Logofkis is going to rush over to try to get closer in your direction.
Is it rough terrain for him? Or
Nope.
No, because it's like home
No,
advantage.
he's
he's
giant.
good. He's fine.
And why is it rough terrain for us? Because it's like slushy and shit?
Yeah. It's slushy and all a total mess. The snow's coming down. Vidania. Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, that was a nat 20. Never mind. Sorry. So Vidania. Is Hunter's Mark concentration?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it is. She needs a concentration check.
Okay.
And I believe she has a -1 for her constitution.
Yeah.
Oops, that was cocked.
And she took.
Yeah, that's a 2.
Yeah. So her Hunter's Mark is gone. Although she could cast it again.
Yeah, I think she has enough spell slots. I don't think she's used many.
Okay.
I have to change venues. Julie wants to go sleep.
No problem.
Honey, I'm fighting a dragon.
He doesn't care. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go pee.
Okay. So,
Sure. Pee break.
all right. So we're gonna take a quick break, actually, to let everybody go pee. So we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna use our be right back screen that I have never used before. Be right back.
damn it. Problems.
We're having
All
a
right.
terrible time over here at the NAT30s.
There are mice trying to peel oranges, dying in ice.
Can't
You're
get our
doing
shit
great.
together.
You're doing great. All right. So, Vidania's turn.
Vidania will Hunter's Mark again.
Okay.
And is Vidania blessed? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Okay. So she'll fire her bow. Let's see, plus 9 is 14, plus 3, that's 17 to hit. Nope.
17 does not hit.
And that's gotta hit. That's like 26 to hit.
Yes, that hits. First arrow flies up towards the dragon, but it's focused down on her as she has pretty much solidly hit it a couple times now. Knocks it out of the way. But the second one,
That's 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. Alright.
And I think just because she got hit by that cold ray, I think she would probably want to move a little bit further away from. So something like that, I think she could move. Oh no, wait a minute. It's rough terrain, right?
5, 10. What does she have? 25?
She has 35.
35. She'd be able to make it to that point that you marked.
Okay.
Alright, so where was it? It was 5, 10, 15. There or here?
Yeah, in line with Micaiah.
One question, Tim. Since I'm behind the giant, do I have cover? Since I'm literally behind him, and he's huge.
It would depend on the circumstances.
Okay. Just curious. He happened to move
Yeah.
right in front of me. So
Yeah,
I can see
it'll
up his giant kilt.
don't encourage them. Alright, so next up is wait 1 second. Okay, now he's gonna do it. Okay, so now the Cloudchaser here turns in between these two little tiny Issa's 3-foot body standing next to the 20-foot tall giant, and you see the dragon turn, and it starts going in the air, and its wings beating heavily and hard, swirling up all of the fog in the area, and it's going to do its wing attack against Issa and Blagofkis, which I just have to remember real quick the details of that, which it's for each creature within 10 feet of the dragon, they have to succeed on a dex or take bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone.
oh fuck me.
So it's going to turn and do this. So Issa is first. She's going to do her dex save. And that is not. And Blagofkis is going to do his dex save. Nope, they both fail.
I'm right behind it.
So that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage as the wind is all kicked up around Issa. It sends her kind of flying, actually. I'm going to say she's small enough that it sends her flying back 10 feet. And I don't think that that's what it says it does. Hold on, let me just double check. Everybody within 10 feet has to succeed or they are knocked prone. So Issa is going to fall prone. Whoops, she disappeared. That's not what I wanted. Issa falls prone. And Blagofkis also falls prone as he's unable to keep himself up. You see him Arik, he's still very big, but the wind knocks him. He's holding on, and then his leg like comes up from underneath him, and he flops down on his back.
Does he? I kind of had to ask this. Do I have to make any kind of a saving throw since I'm literally right behind him?
No, he didn't. He didn't get pushed back. He just falls in place.
I was like, shit.
Like, let me just check. Like,
So, Micaiah is up next.
I would assume because she still has concentration, she'll call lightning.
Okay.
And I believe that's a dex save. I think her save is 13.
Okay. Ooh, that was almost a 1. 24.
Remember that you get
That-
an extra 1d10 if it's stormy conditions.
Yep, I rolled 4. So I got 10, 20, 32. So half of 32 is 16, I believe.
16 points of damage. As the lightning comes down, you see the Cloudchaser swerves out of the way, but still it strikes down and sears the side of it as it hits the ground just below. And it screeches out.
oh, we heard the screech.
Imagine hearing that like late at night. Like you're sitting in your house and you hear that from a distance.
All right.
Terrifying.
And I
She gonna-
think Micaiah is going to move just to get away from the cluster. She'll move. Trying to find a place where, somewhere to the left, trying to get out of the cone. That's good.
Okay. All right. You see the white dragon as it's up in the air with Bogothkus now prone. It's like kind of like shaking a little bit as it's flying. It's not flying in a not hovering in a steady with a steady body, and it yells out, "You will be destroyed," and it in Draconic, so only those who understand Draconic, and he is going to fly. Flies off into the storm, and is actually going to use a dash movement to fly in another 80 feet. So you see the white dragon take off into the darkness of the storm above and disappear.
Would Blagothkus get an attack opportunity?
I would say no. He fell to the ground, and technically the dragon was up 10 feet. So
Yeah, I forgot he was knocked prone.
yeah, he's down on the ground. And with that, Abaddon, I need you to make a one more death saving throw.
Add a D4 to it.
Oh,
All right.
+4. That's
Plus-
so many more. Look how fine I am. I'm so fine.
So the battle still rages on. You see a large bolt, probably about the size of one of you, go flying across above your heads, not aimed at you very clearly, but across, and slam into the side of the castle. You also you hear the screaming of a humanoid, and turn in time to see like a cultist going like, ah! Like running from an ogre who comes up and just slams their club down on their head. And Blagofkis stands up and goes to like cast another lightning bolt in the direction of Glazael, but he disappears into the cloud, and he also is like unable to harness the power. And he turns. Issa stands up too, just like dusting herself off. She looks pretty bad actually in the moment. And Abaddon, what as you're just like in this darkness, you hear nothing. It is quiet. There's no cold wind, there's no battle sounds. You're just there.
Oh. Hey! Where
Yes,
are you?
White Demon. I am here.
You've been listening this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you help me?
I did help you. What do you mean? I broke down that door for you with my muscles.
You're crazy. I'm frozen in this ice.
Oh, now. Well, this is funny, so I'm just gonna see how this plays out.
But what if it ends not so funny?
There is no scenario in which this does not end funny.
It won't be funny if I die.
Well, we clearly have different senses of humor. All right, White Demon. I need you to do a favor for me.
Well,
And then I'll help you.
You'll help me what?
I'll try to help you out of this, if you agree to do me this favor.
Well, let's see what you have to say, Mr. Funny Man.
No. Do you agree or do you not agree?
You'll help me out of this?
Yeah.
And will I be 100%?
Well, were you ever?
Fucking rude. Listen, it's
You know
either
what's
100...
rude? Getting blown up at 1,000 degrees when you're just carrying some loot back to your brethren. That's rude by a white demon. You agree or no?
100% or nothing. I'll be worth nothing if I'm not at my best for these creatures.
You'll be fine.
What do you want? What is it?
I'll tell you after you agree.
Agree, fine.
All right. Make a strength with plus 3, a strength roll plus 3. As you feel like your muscles start to tense and you're starting to try to vibrate, and you can hear this like almost like a low like inside your brain is like
So the ghost has a kazoo.
I was gonna say that sounded like a whale call. It sounded like an underwater whale call in my thing.
Just as an ability check or save?
Just a strength, skill
check.
roll plus 3, yeah. Right, yeah, ability check plus 3.
I'll just roll it and then add another 3.
You need new digital dice, dude.
Fuck
So
me.
as you start trying to do it, you hear the voice in your head, and he says, "Stop trying to use your strength. Use mine." Roll one more time. Plus 3.
You really need new digital dice.
Yeah, you gotta change the color or something.
Right,
know.
this color's bad juju.
It must be my Britney Spears toxic color.
You hear him in your head one more time saying, "Demon, if we do not get out of this, you will die. Use my strength." And you get to roll one more time.
Okay, let's see about that.
What
Somebody
are the-
blow my dice.
What are the rest of you doing as this is happening? Bulgakis stands there.
I'm gonna go help Issa up.
Okay. You walk over. Issa looking all rough, and she turns as you come forward, and she's like, "That was pretty cool. Did you see that? Did you see that or not?"
I sling my shield on my back and place my hammer in its holder. I just reach down and pick her up, but don't quite. I lift her off the ground and go, I've never been so happy to see a halfling. And then I put her down and just too hard pat her on the shoulders.
She's like, I already have a bruise there, buddy.
Zan's gonna try and help get Avedon out of the ice. That's why he moved over next door.
How are you helping her get out of the ice?
He's gonna try and see if he can just like break chunks off with his hands.
Okay. It's solid ice. So looking at it, you're gonna need to use something, like some kind of tool or something in order to get to her.
He's gonna snap off her limbs by accident.
Zan's just gonna start doing the 1-inch punch, just punch right through the ice.
Okay. Roll an attack on that, just to see, because she did have to take a couple of extra seconds to Avedon, roll me a death save.
Didn't she already do the death save?
Nope, she only did 2.
Am I technically still blessed?
Uh,
How long does bless last for?
a minute, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, you're still blessed.
So with
There
bless,
you
that's
go.
an 18.
Okay. So I'm gonna say as you're punching this ice and you're breaking away, you're kind of focused on her face because she needs to be able to breathe. So you're punching at her face, but very gently, and you could see her her eyes are kind of it's very strange as you're watching Avedon in this moment as you're focusing and you almost think it's like a trick of your mind at this point. Where her eyes are just kind of open and staring into nothing, and it looks like she's just not there, and you're very worried that she's already gone. You can't tell. She's just standing there, and you've never seen anyone frozen by the icy breath of the dragon before. So is it instant death? You don't know. But you got hit by it, and it hurt being, glanced by these ice shards, never mind frozen in place. You start to see Issa and Micaiah and Vidania all heading over in your direction. And while you're looking at her face and her eyes are blank and dead looking, her body is tensing. And you see her fingers are able to move just slightly. And you start to see the ice all around her begin to crack as you're punching to try to make sure that she can actually breathe. And over the next few seconds, Avedon, one more death save. As it takes you a few seconds to punch through, and Avedon, the strength that you didn't know that you had and you've never had before, starts coming through, and you you start
D4.
to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was a 4. You start to feel although you can't see anything, all you can see is darkness. You start to feel that you're having trouble breathing, and you can hear the voice in your head says, "Keep focusing. You're a demon. You don't want to go to hell, do you?" and it like keeps going. And as Zan, between the two of you, it takes you another 5-6 seconds. You punch open enough for the breath to come. Her eyes are still open, but you hear this like breath that's taken, and you have access to her face at this point.
They're gonna say you have access to her mouth.
Zan will feed her the last healing potion that he has.
When you go to do that, Micaiah's like, "Wait, Zan," and she reaches in and she lightly touches Abaddon's face, and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds again at first level, which will probably be the last of her spell slots at this point. For that level, first level. So.
Wait, this was a 4th saving throw? Is that right?
Yeah, you failed twice and you've succeeded twice. And as you are able to, like, as Zan is able to punch through to get to your skin, Micaiah is casting Cure Wounds. And you regain 5 hit points. You're breathing, but you start to feel like as they chip away at your at the ice all around your face. You're able to like blink your eyes. You come back and it's all fuzzy, like blurry vision. You can't really see. Your eyes have been opened and like covered with ice for several minutes, or like a minute, I'd say. But so it's all blurry, and you hear the voice in your head says, "You did it. You owe me. Don't forget."
I'm not gonna forget.
I won't let you. And so Issa comes over. The Bulgakis steps over towards all of you and says, "Thank you. Job well done. There is much more. Head inside. Go to the keep." And he looks around, and you can still hear there's yelling and screaming, and he says, "These cultists are no match for my ogres." And he says, "I will meet you when this is completed." And he just turns. He doesn't wait for any response, and he just turns and heads off, swinging at like the nearest, like you see him swing at something and you don't even hear, but then you hear this loud like thud and something scrape against the ice. And you guys are, some of you in pretty bad shape. Everybody's been hit pretty bad. Issa is like, "Let's go. Get her out of there." And you guys have to spend the next few minutes. Abaddon, I don't know if you have any spell slots, but
light some torches and just kind of melt her out.
You can, but that'd probably take longer than cutting her out.
Well, I could whack her with my hammer, but it'll probably break her in half.
Yeah. Eric will start using the pommel of his sword to just kind of smack the ice.
Yeah, her body isn't frozen like ice. It's frozen in ice. So hitting the ice isn't gonna break her body. But over the next few minutes, as like the fighting is going on around you, you do continuously hear. You hear Kobold screaming. You think you hear someone scream for a moment, and it does that fade of like they got thrown off the side. Like it was definitely no match, the cultists, for the ogre army on the castle. There you go, the Wilhelm scream. Thank you. We needed that. And Issa, once you guys cut Abaddon out of that ice, what is your plan?
To limp back to the keep.
So you head through the courtyard as
Eric will take point on that, since I'm probably the one that has the most abilities at this point.
Okay.
Just in case it matters.
At this point, as the minutes pass, you as you were cutting Abaddon out, you started to hear very clearly that the ogres were, and the giants. So you look over at one point and see one of the other 20-foot giants running forward, bow in hand, and they let an arrow fly, and you can't see through the fog exactly where it goes, but then they just nod and then continue on, just their heavy footsteps thumping against the snow and ice. You all head back up the stairs and into the or would you go back through Resmere? Probably through Resmere.
That's probably the closest.
Yeah.
We don't want to really wander through the battle.
Yeah, right.
Did that giant nod at us?
No, just nodding in general. They don't. It's hard to see that you don't get the impression that they saw you at all. So you head back into Resmere's. As you do, you pass by what appears to be just like this bloodied corpse that, as you guys were fighting the dragon, there's fighting going on all around you, and you look and you can see the bent tail of a tabaxi, but there is no head on this body that is just kind of like strewn out across the snowy ground there, just outside the door of Resmere's. And you head into the chambers, back up the stairs, and it doesn't take very, very long as the night kind of, I would say like another 20-30 minutes, and things start to quiet down outside as you're looking out. And with the dragon gone, there does not appear to really be too many that can put up a fight against the army that lived in this castle and knows it very well. You do every once in a while see there were very big, what are those things called? Fucking damn it. Damn it, what are those things called? The
Trebuchet?
Yes, there you go. No, not a trebuchet. The
Ballista.
ballista. I was like, it's a bee. Ballista. They're very large ones, and every once in a while a bolt goes flying across and hits the side of the wall of the castle. But as the 20-30 minutes wears on, those happen less and less until they stop completely. And at some point you hear like the cheering roar of ogres out in the courtyard as you sit in the on the second floor of the keep in one of the side rooms. Just yay! As how can we use this? Bubble! Yay! That's word of the week, by the way. Bubble.
Abaddon was in an ice bubble.
Abaddon was in an ice bubble. Great use of the word.
Oh, but we are nice.
Patsy, thank you for the host.
Your every need.
So you guys kind of sit there, and Issa is like, you know, I kind of feel a little bit bad not being out there, but I also don't really know them, so, you know, I know you guys, and I'm glad you guys are doing all right. That was intense.
Looking around at everybody frozen and bloody, it's like, yeah, we're doing slightly less than all right, but we live.
Yeah. Good job. Oops, you're not unconscious.
How did you learn to ride a wyvern, flying dragon thing?
She's like, well, I took some wyvern riding classes when I was a young girl, and you know, I have one at home, and his name is Charlie. And
Zan would like to do an insight check on that.
Okay, roll insight. Like, you know, I take him out for rides now and again.
It's a 10.
You are like, yeah, she's got this wyvern named Charlie, and yeah, I take him out and
Please tell me more of this Charlie.
And she looks over at you, Zan, and she looks at all of you, and she's like, I'm just fucking with all of you. That wasn't even really a good lie. You guys must be really tired. No, I just jumped on that thing's back, and I mean, some wheelwright down in Harnass told me how to like get on there, and Talus gave me some pointers, but I mean, I barely caught up with this castle. So, you know.
Were the 2 prisoners from the lodge still there with the wheelwright?
You know, I didn't even care to ask, Zan. So I don't know.
Thank you for your honesty.
Always.
As always.
Always. She sits down with her 8 hit points, and she looks like pretty rough. Or 5 hit points, sorry. As she sits, and she's just like, wow. So, but did you guys see that when I jumped off of it and like I was like on it? I was really close to its butthole, though. It was not. Probably I could have maybe waited an extra half second to jump off, but I jumped onto a dragon. That's people won't even believe me, and that's going to be like a real truth that I'm telling. Like I did that.
It was impressive. Songs will be sung about it.
Good. Hopefully in your tavern.
Aye.
Right?
There will be many songs of this day.
Yes. Etha
Well,
the Brave, who single-handedly took down the white dragon, slicing its head off, and then wearing it as a helmet. To this day.
And that is how legends are born.
I like it.
Was Abaddon about to say something?
Oh, or did you say that we're in back in Resmir's quarters?
No, you went through back up the stairs and then up to like the 2nd floor area and are in one of the side rooms that's like kind of built more for a guest room for giants, but is cozy, and there's like a fire in there.
I'm gonna curl up by the fire
Okay.
on the rug and fall asleep.
Great.
You've missed quite a bit. Talking to Issa.
Well, so did you, but you go first.
Well, the Red Wizards. That was a thing. Killed Asbora Jones. Well, we didn't. Something
Jones?
weird did.
Who's Jones?
The Red Wizard from the caravan.
Oh, Jose.
He means Joe's.
All right.
Unfortunately, his leader got away. If he was ever here at all. I'm not sure about the magic.
Leaders tend to do that.
Then Resmir, we killed her. And then we had to kill her again. That was annoying.
Yes. Did you get the mask?
Yes.
Where is it?
It is safe.
She looks over at Zan. Where is it?
I don't have it.
But you know where it is. I just single-handedly killed a white dragon for all of you, and you guys still don't trust me.
You've done nothing of the sort.
Come on, Trogdor.
And no, we don't trust you.
I see how it is.
I'm asleep,
Like you
I'm
more
asleep,
than
I'm
before.
asleep.
She looks over at you, Abaddon. She's like, I'll find out.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Abaddon is haunted.
Okay.
Are you gonna talk shit about me while I'm sleeping?
I'm catching her up on current events.
Damn, that's harsh.
Well, Well, I don't know. I guess, we'll have to see if I can earn your trust by saving your life a fifth time, maybe. Maybe that'll
Oh shit.
maybe that'll work.
You're so fresh, Issa.
I don't know how many times she may or may not have saved your life, but that's what she said. 5 times. So I guess we'll just rest here until the big blue giant comes to let us know how it worked. Sounds like it was a success. You gonna trust him? You gonna tell him where you put the mask?
No.
Yeah.
As far as
better
he
than-
knows, it was destroyed.
It's better the fewer people who know about the masks, the better.
Well. Or not, I thought I could at least rely on you. Us little folk have to stick together.
Perhaps when we're off a giant castle made of ice floating through the air that's owned by fucking giants.
Alright. I'm gonna hold you to it. Was that a proposition, by the way? Did I read that right?
Don't
Van?
know what you're talking about.
I'm just kidding. Alright. So she goes and sits down by herself, just kind of like watching all of you. Like, Micaiah and Vidania, super quiet too, huh? You guys must have seen some shit this past day. So she goes and sits, just trying to, like, she takes out like something from her pack and starts like sewing up her own cuts on her arm, wincing as she does so. And you all sit in this room resting as the night wears on slowly. You hear sorry, 1 second. You can hear as the like an hour, 2 hours goes by, the heavy footsteps of ogres and giants returning to the inside of the castle. And about 2 hours in, the door opens to the room that you're in, and you see Wigglow, the tall cloud giant ranger who you had seen letting loose the arrow, and who had spoken to you earlier, was out there as a lookout. Like, peeks his head in slowly and sees you all, and says, "It was a good battle. Thank you for your help. The master says he will speak with you in the morning. Get some rest. Tomorrow, we will reconvene and speak about what will happen next."
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. You have saved our master and our mistress, and we owe you for that courtesy. And
Arik is gonna stand up just because he has no other use for it, and he's gonna hand Wiggluff the bag that contains the head of one of the red wizards.
okay, like his large hand takes it from your very, very small hand, and he holds it, looking at you. What is this?
It's the head of one of the red wizards. Take it to your master as a trophy, whatever he wishes with it. I have no more use for it.
It's a thing he does. He's young.
It is a thing that sometimes comes in handy. This time it wasn't as useful as I had wished.
Thank you. He will be happy to see this. Rest well. What will we call you when we sing the praises of this day to our children.
The bums of greenest.
And Issa, the dragon slayer. And he's like, the bums of greenest.
Zan's just gonna pull his hood up extra high and pretend to go to sleep.
Some call us the champions of greenest. Others call us the bums of greenest. It depends on what part of the world you happen to be in.
And he's just, his eyes like start to glaze over a little bit. He's like, yes. Rest well. And turns and closes the door behind him. Thank you for the raid, the Merc Knight. Sorry you missed the dragon fight. Although I'm still showing it up here. Actually, I do. Thank you for the resub. Thank you so much. If you would like to give inspiration to anyone for next session, we are missing 2 players. But they hopefully will be back on Tuesday. We'll see. Baby's got one of them, and illness got the other. But we will hopefully have them back. So he closes the door, and you all have the night. Sorry, Dark Knight, Dark Mark Knight, the Dark Knight, Mark Knight. We're just finishing up the session. So sorry. Who doesn't have it? I don't think. So Abaddon got it, Micaiah got it. I don't think anybody's given Erdnot inspiration yet.
Nobody likes her not.
Aww.
He's a grump. So Erdnot hasn't gotten it. Let's do some grumpy emotes. There we go. So you have the night, and we will pick up on Tuesday with probably an RP session as you guys figure out what your next steps will be. And then next Saturday is going to be our just chatting, going through the game up to this point. Any questions that you have, you can come and ask the players, ask the DM. I mean, I'm not going to give away any secrets, but and we're just going to chat, and you can do some death saves, which you can use your crits and arrows, your critties, your channel points for. Don't forget, you can enter the giveaway still. This is your last night to enter the giveaway while we're doing a session, but you can use your channel points to do that. 3,500 points enters you into our monthly giveaway, and this month it is a copy of Icewind Dale. I had to remember. And if you're international, it will be a D&D Beyond redemption key so that you can get the digital version. If you are in the US, it will be a hard copy with a bunch of NAT30s swag. So, you laughing at me? Did I forget something?
No, I was just fires of Atheline.
Oh.
I'm using chap, that Brit.
Yes, he has reminded me. I had all these like notes, and of course I always forget to look down at the notes where I write what I'm going to do with certain things that are happening to your characters. So thank you for the reminders. And I have made a note of the last message that you sent me, and will make sure I'm writing it in red right now to ensure that I don't forget it for the next session of RP that we're probably going to do. What is the thing? Oh yeah. Okay. So, thank you everybody for popping in and for watching. Sorry that you came in right as we were done, Mark Knight, but thank you for the raid. And we are going to find somebody else to raid with our wonderful large group that we have right now that I'm very excited about. Who can we raid? Let's see. We've got Lawful Stupid RPG, who's doing art, character art, or NAT20. How about the NAT30s? How about we raid NAT20?
Yeah, I was gonna say that
It's
makes more
only
sense.
right.
Yeah.
30's higher than 20.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna raid NAT20, and I forgot to do a prediction tonight too, which I can't remember everything, so whatever. But we're gonna raid NAT20, and yeah, spam your raid dice, and we will see you on Monday. I'll be doing my DM prep, but Tuesday we will have our last session of Horde of the Dragon Queen before we jump into Rise of Tiamat and a more open world. So thank you for joining us.
Night,
And
everybody.
good
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
We love you. Thank
for the
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, 29. I think that's the biggest